that's part of why we're here. I realized that we in Rhode Island might be ahead of the curve. That's part of our job in the Ocean State, the lively experiment that Roger Williams started in 1639. And it's on the State House. It says the lively experiment in politics. So we're here for the lively experiment. The climate crisis is the existential crisis of our time. This could wipe out life as we know it. It will definitely impact our communities in massive fashion. It has already started to. I got my start in this business in 1967, reading the Red Data Book of the IUCN when they were talking about extinctions. And I think we're in the middle of a massive extinction crisis. So we have this. We have the crisis that threatens our communities. It threatens every other community on the planet. The people are dying, animals are dying, the oceans are warming. We have a major, major crisis. Our job is to meet the challenge of that crisis. It is a major, major lift. We have a lot of work to do. It is a very heavy project. We in Rhode Island come up with this idea of no new fossil fuel facilities because we are facing a compressor station, a power plant, pipelines, and the communities are all saying no. It is almost unanimous in the state, except at the State House, for everybody to say, don't do these things. And the politicians are having a really hard time figuring that out, so we have to make them do that. We're ahead of it, we're fighting them. And, in Burrville, where I got this t-shirt, they made a special one for me with it on the front, so, because I usually wear another shirt over it. And because we were up there, and, it was amazing to see 600 people in a small rural town saying no, and practically throwing the governor out of town. She came and she wouldn't answer any of their questions. So this is what we're facing, and I'll bet almost every one of you in this room has some project in your state that you're fighting real hard. That, you don't want that pipeline, you don't want that power plant. I come from the part of the movement that says, if you really believe that, say it. Speak truth to power. I also understand very clearly that the politics of Rhode Island is not the politics in your states. You all have a very different kind of politics than we do. We have an almost completely democratic legislature that, they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're just clowns, but they pretend to be okay. So, deal with this. I go up there and, I speak truth to power. That is my role in this. I got friends and colleagues who go up there and they negotiate bills, and more of you do that than what I do. Speaking truth to power is kind of a lonely existence. So I understand that we're not ready to pass this, and I am totally fine with that. As Carlton said, I am happy. We're gonna meet this challenge. We may not meet it this year in the way I'd like it to, but we're gonna meet it. I want all of you to go home and talk to the young people in your neighborhood. The Sunrisers in Rhode Island, when they go up and have a speech, they say what I said. I started this 4 years ago, and now they're all saying it. When the frontline communities, yesterday I was wearing my no LNG and PVD shirt. When the frontline community in Washington Park, it's a mostly Hispanic community, says, don't build a compressor station, we have the highest asthma rates in the state, they say, don't do this to us. And, they're going to get run over, but we have to stand with them. So I want all of you to go home, talk to your young people, talk to the frontline communities, and see where they are. But I also have another challenge for the Climate and Energy Committee and for all of us. We in Rhode Island, we brought this is the third time. We'll bring it again if we feel it's necessary. But my challenge, and I'll participate in this challenge, is for the Climate and Energy Committee to come up with something that meets the challenge that isn't this one. You know, don't come up with this resolution. You know, I got this one in my back pocket. I can get the Environment Council of Rhode Island to come with it again. But I want all of you to come up with something that meets the challenge of our times. And if we do, I won't bring this next year. So I know we're not going to win. I've asked Ben, we're going to have a hand raise because I'd like to see the vote. You know, last year we got 5 votes. I'm hoping for 10 this year. I might get 6. You know, voted for us last year. I didn't make it this year. Who knows what we'll get for votes. But, you know, be ready to meet the challenge of our time. Thank you.